Guys, this is my favorite hairdo. And it's not even because of like a cute factor, although I do like how it looks like in the front at least. It's just so comfy to me. I started doing it when I was 18. My hair had just like grown long enough to do it. I think it just throws me back to like those fun times being outside of the home and experiencing all that on my own for the first time. And we're about to start something super exciting. My first collection of blog posts. It's a 3-part series covering the time period when I just got back from my mission. I don't know how much detail it goes into. I don't remember. So maybe I'll fill in some gaps, or maybe it'll just like cover it all. I kind of just want to get straight into it. So, wow. The first one was posted on March 19th, 2021. Still keeping it consistent. Blog title, Rushing from My Mom's House to Home. Part 1 of establishing my first home. I left for my 18th... I always get so nervous. Okay. I left for my 18-month mission in Canada knowing I would return home with plans. On February 14th, 2019, I would fly to Missouri and reconnect with my long-missed mom. Until August came, I would work, earn money, and return to a, hopefully, phenomenal physique and skill set for soccer, better prepared to go to nationals than ever before. In August, I would return to Iowa Western Community College, earn back my spot as a starting goalkeeper, and snag the attention of recruiters. Then I could sign on to play soccer at a D1 college like Utah State University or the University of Boston. Flying to my mom's new house in Iowa on September 24th, 2018 shifted these plans. Or so I thought in a literal sense. Since I came home early due to medical reasons, I would shift the date I returned to school to January and start playing soccer then. The call to my college coach started the real process of change. What's your priority? He ensured I could return to Iowa Western to play soccer, but then he posed this question. In his wisdom, he let me ponder as he continued on with a personal story. My coach relayed his priorities after he served a mission at around my same age. Soccer was not one of them. It was only a fortunate opportunity that fell into place with his other plans. Before the call ended, I knew I would not return to Iowa Western. Striking out another part of my plan, I turned to the next logical option. Stay home, get a job, and finish my associates at the most local and inexpensive community college, Des Moines Area Community College. After that, I could transfer to a university. I scheduled an interview for a position at the local grocer, and my mom relished my choice to stay with her. One day I started eating lunch, perhaps a sandwich, while walking towards the living room. A past goal and the plan to achieve it flooded my mind. At some point in my mission, I had decided that before I returned to Iowa Western, I would spend a few months in Utah. I had a recommendation of a good goalkeeper trainer and had a close family friend I could reach out to for housing. This would grant me independence, surround me with friends who understood and shared some of my values, and prepare me to return to my starter position. Maybe it was the cheese in the sandwich that enabled inspiration, or more likely, I received revelation while on the move. Between the kitchen and the living room, I remembered our family friends and the possibility of housing with them. From there, my mind did the rest. Perhaps I could live with them, and if I could live with them, maybe I could train with the goalkeeper coach. And if I could train with the goalkeeper coach, maybe I could attend a university in Utah. In a moment, my priority clicked into place. Surround myself with friends who have similar standards. From there, I could take my chances with soccer, and if it happened, it happened. But first, I used soccer as my driving force to get to Utah. My first call went to the goalkeeper trainer. Minutes after I left a voicemail, he returned my call and confirmed he coached in Utah. Within an hour, through a few texts and a phone call, I confirmed with my family and friends that I could rent a room in their basement. 1 week later, I alone had carried everything I could salvage into my car and drove away to my new home. The last week of my residence in Iowa, events occurred that supported my choice. I had no money, but shortly after I made my decision to leave, a family asked me to house sit while they were gone. The money they paid me was the exact amount I needed for rent. I also conversed with the leader at my church and apologized that I could not minister to the woman I was assigned to help. She assured me it was all right, and it seemed she had planned for it when she told me, "I had a feeling you wouldn't be here long." And I wasn't. For the drive over, one of my sisters offered up her home in Colorado as a pit stop and resting place. Circumstances once again aligned and insisted I leave the next morning to arrive at Utah swiftly. When I drove into Orem, the sun started setting behind the mountains, just as my journey also settled to its own close. I once again carried everything I decided to bring with, this time out of my car. I unloaded it all into the room in the basement, now designated for me, laid across the bed, surrounded by my strewn belongings, and huffed. I had arrived. The journey to get to Utah happened nearly instantaneously and purposefully. With divine support, I found my way to a new beginning. The events that assured me of the correctness of my choice did not come from coincidence. The inspiration did not come from my intelligence. It came from God and His guiding hand. His guidance did not stop there. With the close of my journey to Utah, I could focus on a much more difficult and longer journey, one that I did not realize I had already started. The continuation of this sequence will be featured in my next weekly blog post, or vlog post in this case, in part 2 of establishing my first home. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You guys, this is actually so crazy how everything lined up quickly. And it was hard. It wasn't easy. I think my mom was kind of injured, so I had to carry all the things by myself into my car. And I really love the family friends, but when I got there, the people that were there, they were just like, I don't know. I didn't ask for help, and they didn't help. So I carried everything by myself to the basement room. And it was just like, I can't believe I'm here. And I'm so tired. I was so excited. I was so excited though. And the next part makes it a lot more interesting. So make sure to tune in, subscribe, like, comment, all of the things. And I'll see you for the next vlog.